Oh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Monday. And I was supposed to go live yesterday, but I needed to rest. I had a very eventful weekend. And I just wanted to come in and tell and just give thanks. I don't do this live thing much. I just do the work. It's not about fame. It's not about notoriety. It's not about any of those things. Like, I'm just a willing vessel to do the work. So I guess I'll wait to let a couple people join in. Don't judge me because I got my hoodie on in the house. I work from home. So, and it's cold. And I refuse to keep messing with my thermostat, raising my light bill. So put a hoodie on and call it a day. But anywho, so I guess I'll wait a couple minutes, let a few people join. And if not, because I know it's Monday and people probably at work just like I am, but it's okay. So just give a minute and just let a couple people join. But I'm thankful. I'm full. This weekend was extremely amazing. It was so amazing. Hold on. So, get started. So this weekend, kind of give like a backstory, right, on just how the whole event got put together. It started with me, Another Chance House of Refuge, of course, and my amazing team, connecting us and putting us in contact with Samaritan's Feet, right? So Samaritan's Feet, they are a international mission mission organization, and they do their mission trips around the world. But because of COVID, they couldn't really go around the world, right? Their missions kind of was put at a standstill because of COVID, the pandemic. So, of course, Charlotte is the hub. There is the headquarters for Samaritan's Feet, and one of my beautiful, wonderful vice president. She know who she is. I'm not gonna put on blast because she like to stay in the background. But she was like, "Hey, I have a connection at Samaritan's Feet. Let's work." So, okay, Samaritan's Feet want to do a mission. So Samaritan's Feet, we made that connection. We was like, hey, yeah, Another Chance can be the organization to help put that mission together. So with that, it was like, hey, well, let's do it. So I reached out to Mr. Charles Robinson. Charles, I thank you, man. Like, you're an amazing friend and partner, right? But in this whole business thing, and I'm grateful because I know when I reach out to you, Mr. One Time, when I reach out to you, Mr. One Time, I know we can get it done in this community, right? So I was like, hey, Charles, let's create a mission. Let's do a mission trip for the individuals that's a part of Samaritan's Feet. They can have something to do for their June mission. They was looking for something to do. So let's put an event together. So he was like, okay, cool. Mr. Charles, One Time, you always get it done for the buddy, right? So I was like, okay, well, cool. So we just started working. Putting the stuff in on the back end. So we came up with the prayer visual for Friday, and then, of course, the shoe and feed food distribution for Saturday. So with that, it was like, okay, well, let's get all the food together. We Feed Charlotte. Thank you, Feed Charlotte. Because of Feed Charlotte, we was able to provide those 1,000 meals. The additional 500 came through volunteers, donors, things of that sort. But thank you, Feed Charlotte. Thank you to Samaritan's Feet. Thank you to One Time, Charles Robinson, Bread of Life. Bread of Life, you guys are amazing because anytime I come to you guys and say, hey, I want to do something, okay, go ahead, Keita, do it. And I'm just this radical person that I'm able to organize. Those are one of my many gifts, organization and leadership. So with that, we got to the event and we had more than enough. That's why we was able to give away everything. Well, I'll tell you, when you put God first and when you put your focus on giving, you receive so much more. They have this saying, no one ever became poor from giving, right? So when you give, you create that good karma and you're going to receive. So we just started getting things in surplus. We have an abundance of things, but that's a given because we give, right? What I love is on Friday, we had the prayer vigil, right? And we was in the garden and take it back to the Bible, biblical days, the word, Jesus stood in the garden, and in the garden is life, right? In the garden is life, and Jesus stood in the garden of Gethsemane, and he healed a lot of people and he healed himself. But we were in the garden on Friday, and when we was in the garden on Friday, there was so much chaos going on around us. Literally across the street from us, there was a shootout. There was a live shootout across the street from us, and we was not harmed. It was like this protector. God is amazing because it was like 10 of us. Shout out to Jessica from Just Do It Movement, Miss Kia Canada, Queen of Queen City, Chantel Moore from New Beginnings, my home church, New Beginnings, for coming out and supporting, Bread of Life. And, it was just all of us out there. And we were there, and you had the police. When I say it was police out there, it was police just flying up and down. And everybody know about Sugar Creek, Reagan Drive, Hidden Valley, right? Mostly not Hidden Valley, but more so Sugar Creek, Reagan Drive. And it was chaotic. It was so much chaos. You had the police helicopter in the air. All of this was happening over us while we were in the garden praying. We had church in the garden, guys. It was amazing. But the feeling of God, it was all of this stuff was going on. All of this turmoil was around us, literally within feet of us. And God had this just protective bubble around us. And it's amazing because the mail lady came. And we was out there in the garden, and she came, and we was just fellowshipping and praying for the city as we said that we were going to do. But she came, the mail lady was like, hey, I just come back here for protection because this going down across the street. And I'm like, wow. But we were not moved. That was just on Friday alone. We covered the city. That was just God's sign and confirmation saying to us that, I appreciate you. I thank you for covering the city, because when you pray in unity, when you have a lot of people praying together, it creates results. So we actually had results on that day. It literally was a live active shootout. live active shootout around us, across the street from us, within feet from us, and we were not touched. We were not harmed. We had this bubble, and I pray that we was able to protect some people and save some people by our prayers that was even in the shootout. So that was on Friday. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for that. And then on Saturday is just, it was humbling. Saturday was humbling. Shout out to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola provided us with 600 drinks. We even had Miss Charles Robinson got some drinks for us. And again, Feed Charlotte, you guys are amazing. Lisa, Mindy, all of you guys over there at Feed Charlotte, thank you so much, because it was a success. Not only was it a success, the food was good. And the food was provided by Atrium. Shout out to Atrium. CMC, as I'd call it, but the new brand and the name is Atrium. But shout out to Atrium for providing the food, and then shout out to South Park community. Thank you guys for the snack bags. Thank you guys for the snack bags. Thank you Zippy Ice for the ice. And just thank you guys, because on Saturday it was amazing. Thank you to Michelle over Alternatives and True Spirit Praise Dance Team and Drumline. Michelle couldn't make it out, but she sent her team out to volunteer, right? She sent her team out to volunteer, but not only did they volunteer, they performed. The performance was amazing. Oh gosh, you had to be there. Like, I shared the video, but that video does no justice. Like, you had to be there. It literally gave every single person on that site chills. Like, you felt it just by, and them young kids, they're amazing. Like, shout out to our youth, man, because we have a lot of youth that's doing things in the community in a positive way. And, you know, thank you for just being that beacon of light for our next generations to come, because it's critical now. Like, we're losing our young generation, and to have a balanced portion of that generation to really be committed to the purpose of the kingdom. It's amazing, and I thank you guys. So thank you to Michelle, Charles, Bread of Life, Mitch, DJ Bless. Thank you. You always come through. You always come through with the good music. Akia, thank you for providing your bebop. The guy, I forget his name. I'm so sorry, but that gentleman was powerful. That gentleman was powerful, just bebopping, and he was actually recently recognized by Dougie Fresh, so he's going to be going places and doing some amazing things. Thank you for Akia for standing in the gap, because with putting events together on the back end, it's chaotic. It is so crazy on the back end. You don't see it because it all comes together for the greater good, but the back end is crazy. It is crazy, but it all comes together. So thank you, Akia, for standing in the gap and helping us, making sure that we have entertainment, because our entertainment has some a crisis situation and some challenges where they couldn't perform, but God nevertheless showed up and showed out, right? So I'm grateful for that. Like, I don't, even with the transitional house, right, I don't get on here much, right? I'll share, I'll give positive insight, I'll give positive inspiration and motivation, but very rarely will you see me come on this live, right? And a lot of people like, come on live, make videos, marketing and advertising. And Chuck, I just got to say it, because Chuck used to be on me heavy about just the whole marketing and advertising on social media and stuff. But like, I'm humble, like, I'm bubbly, but when I come home in my own confines, I stay to myself, and I'm not in it for the notoriety. I'm not in it for fame. Like, I'm truly in it because God has me doing it. Like, I didn't choose it. God chose me for it, but I'm willing, right? When you're willing and you're obedient to it, you're blessed. You're abundantly blessed, and I'm just grateful. So I don't get on here much and go live and talk. That ain't me. You catch me on the back end, in the background, doing, like, really doing the work, and I think I should, and people tell me I should, but I'm not up for it because I'd rather stay doing the work, right? I'd rather stay just doing the work. And even with the transitional house, like I posted, and there were so many great things that God has been doing in my life for the lives of others. And I'm grateful, but it's not about boasting. It's not about bragging, because to whom much is given, much is required, and it's easy to be given, it can be easily taken away. So I don't take it for granted, right? I stay humble, I stay in my lane, I mind my business, I don't be concerned with what the next man have going on, what the next man doing. I just do what it is that God called me to do. Thank you, Lisa. But I do the work. So, you're not going to catch me on here, just whoop the whoop. No. Yeah, we have a 10-bedroom house. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. So yeah, we need volunteers. Another Chance need volunteers. We need people, we need men, and that's one of the funny things, like even with building this house, like the homeless rate is high, right? You have the homeless rate, it's extremely high. But you don't have enough people that are committed to really becoming self-sufficient. You have a society, and it's sad, right? Because you have a society that wants to depend on some type of system to help them get by. And then you have the other individuals that really want a hand up. So that's what Another Chance House of Refuge is about, our transitional house. No, you're not coming in the house to just sit around and say, oh, I want to live here because I don't want to be homeless on the street. No, you're going to come in, you're going to do the work. I come from my background, just my background, and I have family on here, but I'm just being extremely transparent because my family know. Like, I come from a little less than, right? I didn't come with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't have the best of the best. We had many challenges. We had lots and lots of challenges, but I was determined to be greater than the challenges that I came from. I chose to overcome the hand that I was dealt. And I'm grateful because I'm able to be that beacon of light to many people in the world, that regardless of where you come from, regardless of the hand that you was dealt, if you have it in you to change, if you have it in you to be better, to break generational curses, to break those patterns, those cycles, you can do it. You just got to do the work. So I'm always committed to being a better person every day, right? Because I'm perfectly imperfect, but I'm committed. I'm committed to the journey. I'm committed to the path. I'm committed to growth. So, I'm grateful. So whenever the men come in the house, they're coming in the house to really do the work to be better. When they come out of my house, when they come out of the house of refuge, they're coming out with a business. They're coming out in their career. They're coming out with money saved. They're coming out and going into another house, buying a house or renting a townhome, whatever that looks like. They're going to come out with that because we have the tools. We have the resources to provide them with all of that with all of that stuff. You have it. We have everything that you need, from the job. I mean, you name it, we have it. So coming into a house of refuge, Another Chance, the Father's house, coming into the Father's house, you're coming in to really do the work, to really become a better person in society. So that's just that's my tidbit. Like, you guys see me do a lot out here in the community, and I'm never tired. Yesterday I tapped out though. Yesterday, because I'm always in the community, so I really make sure that I'm mindful that I take time for me. I take time for my family. I take time for my home. But to whom much is given, much is required. Everyone that has ever been a part of the journey, ever been in part of any of the process in Another Chance or in my life, I'm thankful. I'm grateful because I can't do it without you. Teamwork makes dream work, and no one can go through this world and society and do it by themselves. If they tell you that, they're telling you a lie. Because you can't do it by yourself. I'm grateful for everyone that God has brought around. Charles, I thank you. Jermaine, thank you. Like, you put up with me. And I'm not an easy person to put up with. But, like, I'm picky. I know what I want. I know what God has for my life. I know what my purpose is, and I'm not going to be swayed by anyone. Anybody can come in and tell you, hey, you should do it this way, or you should do it that way. No, you're not going to get that over here. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. God gave me the vision, and And I'm fulfilling the vision with the help of God and whoever that God sent to really help fulfill the vision, but you're not going to change it. That's just automatic. That's just what it is. But thank you to everybody. Thank you to Gina. Thank you, Diana. You've been here from the beginning, even whenever we started feeding a year and a half ago. It's coming up on 2 years that we've been feeding the community, guys. Like, I'm grateful. I'm humbly grateful. I built this organization 2 months after the passing of my mom. And I can honestly say that on the other side of it, I'm going to try not to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. But on the other side of it, it's like, I'm humbled. Like, that's why I don't get on here and I don't have much to say because it is humbling. You know, it is totally humbling. And to know my real story of where I came from, you know, or the things the challenges that I overcame. It's all God, man. It's all God. I'm from Florence, South Carolina. I've been here in Charlotte for the last 21 years of my life. This is home for me. But Florence, I'll never forget where I come from because that's my beginning. And I'm grateful. I wanted to just get on here and share with everyone, just like my heart, you know. I give thanks because, you know, when you give thanks, you're blessed with more. And you don't give thanks because you want to be blessed. You give thanks because you want to live a long life. You know, God can extend your life just by giving thanks. You don't have to have monetary things or tangible things for God to bless you. I'm blessed and I'm grateful that I can live to 95 to 100 years old. You understand me? Like, I'm grateful. I'm living my life for that. So I just wanted to come in and give thanks to everybody who's been on the journey, who has been a part of the process. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Blood, sweat, and tears. And even stepping into this next season and this next chapter of my life, it's critical. It's extremely critical. So you guys, send a prayer up. Prayer warriors. Send a prayer up for me. You know, stay genuine, stay true, stay divine. But I just wanted to come in and share my thanks, right? Give thanks, and then randomly I get a message out of the blue from just my partner in life that just want to be comical. But like, I'm grateful. I'm just grateful. This is all my video is about. This is all what it's about. And even if you want to take something away from it, regardless of what hand you was dealt in life, you can always create greater. Always, always, always. Do the work that you need. Do the work that you need to heal. Healing is not easy and healing is not pretty. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So show up every day. I don't care who you are. If you have questions, I'm open. I'm not invisible. I'm not untouchable, you know, untouchable. Like, if you have a question, reach out to me. Knowing my time is limited, like, my time truly is limited, because I do a lot, but I do make a point to respond to people. I make a point to give wisdom because wisdom was given to me. If I have some knowledge and if I have some connections and resources, I'll share it. Sharing is caring, man. You know, people try to hold on tight to their little connection, their resources. Yeah, cool indeed, but God didn't give it to you for you to hold on tight to it, boo. Not at all. It was not. You know, God gave it to you so you can give it away. Give it away. Don't be afraid to share. I've always been that way. If I got it, you got it. If I got 10, you got 2. If I got 5, you got 3. That's just me. So I love you guys. Don't be afraid to reach out. I might not respond in an efficient or timely manner, but I'm here. I will respond. I will give you what I know. I will help you wherever I can. But I just wanted to give thanks. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. This weekend has been amazing. We prayed for the city, even whenever it was an active shooting less than 50 feet away from us. And then Saturday, we started with 1,000 meals, but we ended up with 1,500 meals. We started with 500 pair of shoes, but we ended up giving out 600. Like, listen, thank you, Lucille. It was a little rough on the back end, but boo, I told you, I got you. Thank you, Lucille, for being one of our satellite sites where we've provided to the west side. Block Love, Deb, Charles, you gave some, you sent over there. You know, we spread love to the whole city. Like, just from 1245 Town Hunter Road, we spread love from the city. And I got to add, this is my last part, we got a garden. The Bread of Life has a garden. And the garden is so beautiful. It's peaceful, it's calming, it's serene. But the garden cannot cultivate itself. The garden needs hands. Garden needs physical human hands to cultivate. So if you guys got time, head out to 1245 Tom Hunter Road. Go in the garden. You can get anything you want. Not only can you get anything you want, but you can actually take your time and spend time in the garden and cultivate it and receive the harvest from it. And not just a physical harvest, but a harvest in your life. So go out at 1245. It's always open to anyone. Even if you want to go sit out in the garden and just meditate. Sit there. Whatever it looks like. Go out to 1245 Tom Hunter Road, Bread of Life, Pastor Holly, Georgette, everybody over there. I thank you guys. We got movies. We got drive-in movies coming up soon. So stay on the lookout for that. We're going to be doing movie drive-in this summer. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I'm going to finish because I got to get back to work. I got work to do, man. I got work to do. But again, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me a message. Of course, everybody know the number, 704-562-7500. That is my business phone. So if you don't catch me right then, no pun, no harm intended at all. Charges to the head and not the heart. We're very busy. We're very, very busy. But again, we're always taking volunteers. We're always looking to grow the organization. Come join us. We have a lot of things that we're doing. So come make a difference in the community, even if it's just an hour of your time. We would definitely greatly appreciate it. So you guys be blessed. You enjoy your Monday. You enjoy the rest of your week. Know that you're positive. Know to remain positive. Know that you're blessed. Know that you're prosperous. Know that God is protecting you and your family. And everything is always happening for your highest good. So trust the process. You guys be blessed.